I'm Cynthia, and this channel is called Creative Explorations with Cynthia. And today I am going to do a little live session around, I don't know exactly what. I have an idea, and it came from this morning when I was working out in the garden. I was thinking about how messy things look out in the garden right now, and I know in a few months it's just going to look gorgeous. So I think that kind of applies to making art. These are some circles I worked on a couple of live streams ago, and then I embellished them a little bit. I think I did this one on my Wednesday live stream. But so, in the spirit of continuing on and having hope for the future of painting or your painting, I started this one in a live stream a while back. It's kind of big. I'll just try to keep it on the screen here. So sometimes you just have to be patient with yourself, right? Just like your garden. It takes a little time for it to grow, and it goes from not looking so great, like this doesn't look so great, to maybe something that you like a little bit better. And really, it's just the process. I think gardening is kind of the same thing. It's a process of putting the plants in, weeding, and doing all the things to make a beautiful garden or vegetables that you can eat. Anyway, to help me decide what to do with this painting, I have created these little canisters, and inside I have words for me to draw out so I don't have to make any decisions about what to do. This says mark making. That's to start with. Well, we already have a start. So, and then this one, oh, wait a second. Well, it doesn't really matter what order. This one is put a twist on it. Let's see what's in here. Add collage. Well, I don't know if I'll do that today because I'm not really set up to do collage. I don't have my glue out here. I don't have to do what I picked. I could pick something else. And then this last one is explore. And, oh, this says value. Well, I like that. I think add collage. I'm going to pick something else because I don't have my glue out. Leave areas unfinished. Okay, well, that should be interesting. So here they are. This is what we're going to do today. And mostly I'm probably not going to do too much more talking. And if anyone comes in and makes a comment, I will try to read your comments. Sometimes it's hard when I'm working to see my screen to answer or to say hello. So hello and thanks for joining me. I'm just going to have a quiet little play with adding value, areas unfinished, and mark making on this painting that I started, I don't know when, 2-3 weeks ago. And I'm primarily going to be using some Daniel Smith watercolors here today. And if you're just joining me, I pulled these out of some jars that I have to help me with my decision fatigue when it comes to painting. Sometimes I don't know what I want to do, and so if I pull something out of the jar, it helps me get started. When I explored this painting, I think it was about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was using frisket paper and I had put those shapes on there, but it didn't really turn out. You can see that replay. I think it's called something about an experiment that didn't go as planned or something. I forgot the title of my own video. Anyway, when I say it didn't go as planned, I had hoped to have like hard edges of the shapes. And as you can see, the edges are not crisp, which was what I was aiming for. I like to do my live streams on Saturdays, but lately it seems like I've had other things I had to do on Saturdays, and so I've not been able to be here on Saturdays. Well, it depends on the Saturday. This Saturday I couldn't, and next Saturday I can, and earlier this week, Wednesday, I was able to be here, but now this week, Wednesday, I can't. I like to come here on Wednesdays and Saturdays, so I'll just have to see what happens as the weeks go on. You can always catch a replay if nothing else. Let's see. I get some. Trying to decide. I should have narrowed down the colors that I wanted to use. I want to pick up some of the colors that are in here. But the original painting, I don't remember what colors I used. I don't know where this is headed. I don't love this right now. And if you came, or if you heard at the beginning of this video, I was talking about how, I was out in the garden this morning, and the garden looks so awful this time of year in Michigan. And I was thinking about how sometimes you start a painting and it looks awful, but you just have to keep going, and maybe it'll improve. Maybe not, But, you know, just being here and having fun painting is part of it for me. So we'll see what happens. I'm struggling with color choices right now. I did not put out any red. Well, I said I was going to do mark making. I have these, and I was kind of mark making with the paint. That's what these are, in case you're joining me. I pull those out of a canister, and helps me decide what to do, because sometimes I can't decide. I think I've mentioned in a previous video that I like to paint from life, like a landscape. But in Michigan, it's not so nice to be outside, and maybe I'll be able to do some videos on that in the future. But for now, I just play around with some abstract things, and I'm pretty rusty at landscape painting. Okay, I don't love this. I just don't love it. I want to put some bigger areas in, and I just am trying to decide what colors I want to use over here. And that's what I'm kind of struggling with. I don't remember what red I used. Not that it matters that much, but just want to bring in, just make this more interesting somehow. These are my words to guide me. Leave areas unfinished, value, and mark making. Let's get them out of here. It's getting a little more interesting now. Coming in with some of this deeper values and this red. I really like the way that blue, maybe I need more blue somewhere. Starting to be a little more interesting. leave some areas unfinished. I didn't do anything over there. That's still white. Probably this needs to dry before I can really do anything else. But maybe next week I will use my jars again, and I'm starting to mix. It probably doesn't matter where I pull these out of. But next week maybe I'll pull something else out, or maybe I'll just draw over the top of it. What I did on Wednesday was this one, and I didn't love it. I didn't really add much to it. I think I came in with a little bit more colors, but I just like to doodle and fool around. I took these other circles, you can see them in my replays from my other live streams, and I just doodled on them a little bit with some Posca pens. This one's kind of interesting. I decided to add some birds. I don't know. Kind of looked like a sunrise or something there. And this one I had done off camera also. So just something fun to work on, and maybe I'll do that with this one next time. It needs something else. And I got some deeper values, left some areas unfinished, and I made a few marks. And I think I could add a little bit more to it next time. So anyway, if you've joined this live, thank you so much. And if you're watching on the replay, I appreciate that as well. And you can look for, right now I'm mostly doing live streams. I haven't been making any videos and then editing them. I've just been doing live streams lately. And that's probably what I will do going forward. So check out my catalog and see you next time. Have a great day.